Then big as you can.
In the middle.
Hold! Nathan, it's disappointment this evening as we drop points here at Thornaby, coming from behind to rescue a 1-1 draw. Initially, your thoughts?
Strange game. We weren't at it first half. Numerous reasons for it, really, but you've just got to stand up and be counted. Thornaby were better on the first to second balls. They really put it to us in terms of the physical battle. On character, we were second best. The goal, from our point of view, was an absolute travesty just in terms of starting positions and organisation, and that gives Thornaby something to not to hang on to, but it just gives them that little bit of freedom that they're a goal up and they can relax a little bit. But we weren't good enough in the first half. Second half, obviously, we had words in the changing room, and we started like an house on fire. We maintained that for the 50 minutes that we played. Some great goalkeeping, some very good defending from Thornaby, putting bodies on the line has stopped us winning the game, and sometimes in football that's what happens, so I've got to give Thornaby credit there. But to ask for a reaction and to keep going like we were, it was like the Alamo, we were constantly peppering the box and getting shots off, but they just put the bodies on the line. So for them it's a massive, well-earned point. I think they'll be grateful for that. But for us, it's a couple of points drop, but in the context of it, we haven't lost the game, and I think that's a big psychological thing for us. But the second half, certainly moving forward, that's how we need to perform from now to the end of the season.
Nathan, it does give a little bit of a G up to reiterate this title race isn't over. There's a long way to go, and you've got to take every game as it comes, haven't you? Yeah,
listen, the title race has never been over. It's not something that we'll talk about. We take one game at a time, and that's the way we'll move forward with it. We've got Crook on Saturday. Anybody can beat anybody in the league, we know. At any given time, you've got to be on your mettle every week, and tonight's proof of that. So, like you say, it's that little wake-up call again. If lads are thinking, we've got a great chance, especially after the West allotment thing. Yes, we maybe do, but you've got to see the job through. And tonight, again, I give Thornaby a lot of credit, but we do need to be better.
Spoken about Thornaby throwing the bodies on the line to stop the Guisborough Town scoring, but Tolu put his on the line to make sure we did equalise and had to come off injured late in the game.
Yeah, it's what the big man does. He's a menace, isn't he? It's one of those. I didn't think we were going to score tonight, in all honesty. The amount of times we were getting good areas and we were hitting the keeper on every occasion. Truth be told, Tolu could have probably had 3 tonight on another night, but he put it in the back of the net and it put Thornaby really on the back foot for the last 15-20 minutes, and he went through the pain, obviously with his shoulder, and he's had to come off ultimately. But we'll see how he is. But a steady performance from him.
Nathan, our final home league game of the season is this Saturday. We'll host Crook. What's your thoughts going into that game?
Just prepare, rest, recover, and prepare properly for it. Obviously, it's the last home game. It's a big thing for us. We've had a great season at home. We want to obviously finish on a high. But it's another team coming to try and take some points off us, and we've just got to be ready for it. It's one of those for me now moving forward. We've got this home game. It's our sole focus, really. I've said to the lads in the changing room, don't ever be thinking any further than that. But it's going to be a tough game, and we need to win the game.
Nathan, thank you very much for your time.
Thanks, Paul.